Okay, hi, my name is Katherine Anderson, and today I'm going to be talking about some reasons and some attractions that you should visit Wyoming. So, Wyoming is one of the most beautiful and pristine places in the world. This quote by John Branson tells it all when a person visits Wyoming. Wyoming was the 44th state inducted into the Union in 1869. It is a place where the people are outnumbered by the head of the cattle, which is crazy in my opinion, because that's a lot of cattle. It is also a place that will always feel like home for a lot of people, no matter where or how far they have gone in life. I, of course, was very fortunate to grow up in this very beautiful state. But as I came to Alaska, it was apparent that not many people had ever even visited Wyoming, let alone lived there like I did. There are many attractions and reasons that a person should visit this state, but the top 3 main attractions that should make a person want to consider visiting Wyoming are Devil's Tower, Yellowstone National Park, and Sheridan Wild Rodeo. So first, Devil's Tower. So Devil's Tower is one of the most famous national monuments and attractions, not only in Wyoming, but also in the United States. This skyscraping monument can be seen for miles as you travel along the flat plains of Wyoming. It is a landmark and sacred place for not only the natives, but also the visitors who come and visit. There are many myths about how this place came to be. That, as National Park Service once said, each tribe has their own story, but in all about how the tower came, but each have the same elements. The most popular story about the tower is based on the Cheyenne Indian tribe, and the story goes as such. So once there was a man and a woman who fell in love and became married. The man was a very good hunter, and the woman was a very good gatherer. And one day, the wife went out to gather some berries and didn't come back for a long time, which was super suspicious and out of her character. So when she came back, the husband questioned her, and he soon found out that a giant bear had become infatuated with her. And in order to save herself and her village, she decided to submit to him. And the husband didn't like this, so he gathered some men and went to kill the bear, and he took his wife so that she could obviously show where the bear was. And when he got there, the bear magically hit the wife, and she became a bear. And so the husband, they climbed up on the rocks, and they got really scared. And so they prayed to the great spirit gods, in which rose the rock out of the ground. And as the bear clawed, he tore the ridges in the side. And the hunters eventually killed the bear, but the wife had to stay a bear, and that's why it's really sacred for them, and they still perform rituals and stuff there now. But of course, this is only a myth. The rock was really formed through geological formation. The scientists have agreed that this rock became through intrusion, which is when magma is forced between 2 other rock formations. However, what they can't agree upon is how the process took place, how long it took place, and when and where and why. And they also can't agree whether the magma actually ever hit the surface. And then after the intrusion, erosion took place, in which the sandstone was washed away, and the hard igneous rock that the tower is made of was left standing. But however, the wear and tear of the rain and snow has definitely taken its toll as the debris lays at the bottom of the tower. This was officially made a monument by President Proclamation in order to protect and preserve not only the structure, but also the surrounding area and meadow. About 500,000 people visit this 900-foot monument each year, and National Park Service said that it is a place where nature and science come together, and it is one of a kind, this combination, and it can only be seen in Wyoming, and it should be on everyone's bucket list. So next attraction that brings millions of people to Wyoming is Yellowstone National Park. This 2 million National Park acres sits in the farmost west-hand corner of the state. Out of the 58 national parks, Yellowstone is unique in its own right by being not only the first national park, but also one of the famous national parks in the United States. And according to National Park Service, it has 3 million visitors, which is crazy because not that many people even live in Wyoming, so that's a big number of people. So it was made a park in 1872 when Ulysses S. Grant signed a bill that to protect and preserve the land. And then in 1929, President Hoover signed another bill that added 7,000 acres to Yellowstone, which added attractions. National Park Service has also said that it is home to one of the biggest conservation of mammals in the lower 48, but not only mammals live in the area, but there's also abundance of birds, fish, reptiles, and amphibians that roam the areas. Yellowstone has been around for 145 years, and it is definitely part of Wyoming's identity. As you walk along the pass, there's no doubt, like the pass in the park, there's no doubt that you belong in Wyoming, that you're in Wyoming, because the beauty and scenery that you see can definitely only belong to Wyoming. The attraction and animals that make up this place can only be seen in this one place, and everyone should take a chance and visit it in Wyoming. The last attraction that brings thousands of people is, of course, a rodeo, but not just any rodeo. The Sheridan Wyo Rodeo, ranked number 4 in the nation out of hundreds of rodeos, which is crazy. So it is one of the most elite rodeos in the circuit right now, and it has countless nominations for Large Rodeo of the Year. It started in 1931, a time in Wyoming where you could fire a shotgun and not have to worry about hurting anyone because no one lived there. So the people of Wyoming and Sheridan saw they wanted to change the situation, and they set their sights high. They wanted to make a professional rodeo, because their only other professional rodeo in the state was Cheyenne Frontier Days, which is at the bottom of the state, and Sheridan is at the top of the state. So they wanted to grow it. They had to start from ground zero by building corrals, arena, everything, but they quickly grew to success. And the success was mainly brought by the purse that they offered the first year, which brought professional cowboys from all across the United States. And they have kept going up from there. They're now on their 88th year, and they have sellout crowds every night, which is a lot because the arena is huge and the stand is huge. According to the Wyo Rodeo, this is a major stop on rodeo trail for cowboys and cowgirls. But it's not just a rodeo. There's activities for families and kids and people of all ages. From carnivals to street dances to parades, from day 1 to day 7, it is jam-packed fun and memories. And I can tell you, everyone, like, Rodeo Week is the highlight of everyone's summer. It was the highlight of my summer when I was a kid. But it is more than that. It is like, it's traditions and roots that definitely brings the community and the state together in a tight-knit group. So the Sheridan Press has once said that this rodeo is the pride of Sheridan and of Wyoming. And if you only need one reason to visit the state, let this be that reason. In conclusion, there are many reasons that a person should visit Wyoming, but the top attractions and reasons that draw millions each year are Devil's Tower, Yellowstone National Park, and the Sheridan Wyo Rodeo. From national monuments to national parks to rodeo, each brings something a little bit special to Wyoming. With the lowest population in the 48, there are hundreds of stops and attractions that can be made on their way that has their own story and reason in which a person should visit Wyoming. I have personally seen all 3, and I can tell you there is nothing cooler or better in the world. As Liz Cheney once said, Wyoming is a special place, and when you visit Wyoming, there'll be no doubt of this in your mind. Thank you.